Hello everyone, my name is AP the Weird One, and we are back with Rock is a Lady's Modesty, episode 12, the semi-finale, and by God do we have a semi-finale. We have a proper introduction to Bacchus, a bunch of rich college students who think they're hot shit, and in reality they're nothing, to be honest. But we get their introduction, it's time for, we're going to go up a Battle of the Bands episode. But, before we can get to that stage, we got to talk about this episode, the lead up and everything. Because this is a very beautiful episode. And has a lot of emotional impact. A good follow-up to the previous episode. There's just so much things to like. So, let's go with Bacchus. Let's talk about Bacchus first for a minute. So, Yellow is you. He sounds like an actor I recognize, and I want to do this review a little bit soon because my dog here is a little squirmy. But yeah, so we have you. He sounds like someone I know, like the voice actor. Actually, he sounds like a voice actor I really like, to be honest. Then we have Ryusuke Blue. He's the guitarist. The bass set in green is Takuya, and red is Nato. Now these guys, they're rock bands. They play for fun. They've only been doing it for 3 months. They've been mostly Let's Players, and they're rich college students. And they seem like cool guys. They are a little bit snooty, and I feel like kind of towards the end when they harass Lisa's little sister, it seemed like it was a little bit forced. Like the author just had to make it that way because how they start off in the beginning, it didn't seem that way, but it was kind of a little more developmental. They're a little bit rude, like I said. Anyway, so how do the girls get into band? Well, the girls, they've been invited by the owner and say, hey, listen, I really like your stuff. However, you attract no audience, and if you want to do this again, you got to find another band to play against. And this is where Bacchus comes in. They had like their first performance, they doing really well. Then they want to do a live show in like a little area like this, like kind of a traditional concert area, and something that's close to the station, so the college girls can get there and everything, and it kind of works out perfectly. Now, they say they play for fun. This really upsets Lisa, but she controls her emotions. She's like, "I'll play against you," and the girl's like, "Why are we playing against these losers?" I mean, because when they showed off their their music video, all of them are like, oh, this is shit. Even Tina is like, okay. I didn't think it was too bad. Like, for a beginner, it sounded like very, like, I don't know, maybe kind of like a college rock. Like, this is like they're a very brand new band, whatever. Like, okay. But they're like, all right. And the reason, like, when they're coming down, they say, you guys got 0 fans, man, I would have killed myself. So there is a build with the asshole, but yeah, even the owner's like, oh, this is shit. And she knows. We know that she's got the performance. But so they're all for that. And when Bacchus, remember, Nato, so they're playing for fun and everything, we get some like downright great facial expressions. Like, this episode is so beautiful with like the lighting and everything. It's so amazing. But we get this scene like when you play for fun. We get these devil looks. It's just so beautiful. And then we have this one. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Dr. Stone. Like, you're gonna steal our precious audience. Like, that's how you gain the audience and how you make them pay. Just the animators did a really good job with this episode. Like, for a semi-finale, this is what you really want. And I like it. Oh, it's so good. It definitely makes the manga stand out. Like, it elevates its outside the manga a lot better. But, we got other juicy scenes as well. But yeah, so they kind of agree. And they'll do the performance, and it's going to be like in a few days or something. Anyway. While that happened, we get the introduction of Sister. She's been doing her investigative work because her big sister doesn't tell her anything. And at the beginning episode, I was surprised at something I was not expecting. So when Mary or hold on, what's her little sister? Okay, so Arisu, when she's like kind of doing investigative work, and when she looks down, she sees She sees this moment, and I'm like, okay, how faithful is this to the manga? I mean, we see this. We also see, of course, we see the feet and everything. You know me, I love my feet. And she's like all embarrassed, like they're doing something decent, and it is faithful to the manga. Like, I'm surprised that they have the underwear off and everything. Maybe you don't see the much of the, but it's a good shot. So we have that moment there, but so she kind of dreams about it, and that's when Bacchus kind of runs to them and bees a rude asshole to her, and so and then following the being in the little center stage, we get to little sister has her moment. She has to be with her, and everybody's like friendly, and she doesn't know what to do. She wants her big sister to play save her. But Lisa is all gung-ho about this. She wants to teach him a lesson, teach him what rock is really about. But Shiro, kind of our base set, reminds her of some problems. Basically, in you're an instrumental band, you're at a disadvantage, and the main being is you don't have a focal point to there's no focal point for the band, for the audience to gravitate towards, and like much like a lead singer, because they don't have that advantage, so they have to do something in order to mitigate that, make something that's a focal point, and it's a trouble for the band, but it's something a good band has to work around. We have that, and there was while these two are talking, while Shiro and Elias are talking, we see Ota kind of thinking her to herself, and I thought for a moment that she was like going to think of the game plan, whatever. But that's actually not the case. We have a bit of a moment where Ota, after hearing everything, she says, I got to bow out. I did this when I performed on stage. I thought it would make it feel better, but, I don't care about the audience's performance and everything. This, to me, playing my heart out is what I care about the most. And Leah like remembers the time, and she has, the hero moment. The other thing about this episode is Lisa has a shonen protagonist like areas, like in the beginning with the band and everything and how she reacts. She definitely gives off the shonen protagonist, but she also has the moment where instead of being a complete asshole and like you have to wait a little bit, she's like, no, I understand. Listen, when I played that night and we didn't get any fans, like it bugged me at first, and I saw what your perspective, but after the band not receiving everything, and receiving no compliments, even though we played our heart out, it bugged me. And like when we have these moments, we have like these beautiful moments. This is a good lighting moment, but there's a better one before she strikes the gold. We have this one. Just the lighting is so damn beautiful and precious. I absolutely loved it. This is why I love the episode. But she talks to her. It's like, you're gonna want to do this. Trust me. Because of this concert, I'm gonna give you a chance to feel so good while playing drums, it could kill you. And Ota hearing this is like, okay, let's do it. Like her reaction is so precious. Like, all right, I am game for it. Let's do this. I absolutely like. She's gung ho. Like, you really can make me feel like that. And I've seen previews, and I am super excited for the finale. It is going to be so delectable. I can't wait for the animators to do a really good job. But another thing is when they do get to, time to play, they get a more uniform outfit. Seems very appropriate. They got a little bit of black in style. But it's here that our little sister and the manager have a thing. Like they're in the college, and he said when he saw them, he thought they were so amazing, so badass, cool, calm, relaxing. Well, Risu's like, those guys are lame. They're posers. And the term I want to use is they're tourists, to be fair. Anyway, she doesn't think respect from, and because she saw her sister playing at that little small venue when they got asked to bash that band like a few episodes ago, the one where the guy, he's like a well-known performer, and they were playing with they play that very slow version. Actually, hold on, I could figure out what episode that is based off of my episodes. Which one is it? I think it was It was, I think it was like in episode 5, episode 4 and 5. That performance. So she sees them and she's like, that's what real cool is about. Like that's amazing. And of course the band members come out and give harassment, like they're gonna teach her a lesson. And Lisa, being a good sister, she hears this and she's about damn near gonna kill them. Like, she hits him over the head with a. She's about to hit him over the head with a bleacher's chair, just like a little standard metal chair. Now, what's kind of funny is this is different from the manga, but there is a bit of spice to it. So, in the manga, he hits him over the head with the guitar, but in the anime, he dodges it. And everything's like, "What are you trying to kill me?" I'm like, "You were fucking with my sister. How dare you?" But in the manga, at the end of the volume, we see that Lisa, like holding her guitar, is like, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it." And you see a metal chair and like next door, and she's like, "I should have done this first." So if you've read the manga, it's kind of a nice like, kind of a homage to that. Like, oh, she saw the future and realized to change her mind, and it allowed him to not get hit and everything. It made for like no lawsuits and everything. You don't want to do that. And she doesn't ruin her guitar for a big performance. So that's a really funny moment. But, after they had to calm that down, like the band's like, we'll make them look bad. Because the girls are starting first. They're gonna perform first. Which, in that moment, yeah, that's absolutely necessary. I think that was maybe even a smarter move. Just because if they play first, then they're not swooned by their band, by the band that they love. Because it's all pretty much girls that are come to see them, and they're like pissed, like, who are these women? Like, we are not going to clap for them or anything. They're going to be just, they don't want nothing to do with them and not give them any support. But so they definitely got the deck stacked against them. But as of course they are going to pull through, and I am looking forward to how that's going to work. But I think this episode really cemented me wanting to purchase the manga physically. The first one volume does come out in September, so I am definitely looking forward to that. It's really a shame that it's censored from the manga, like the fan service and everything, because it's just a nice little touch. It's like a nice little bonus, a nice cherry on top to good things. And maybe with the DVD releases, we will get that. We will get some of that. There is another fan servicing moment in the next episode. Curious to if it'll be very faithful. Most likely, given it's not too flashy, but we will see. We will wait and see. But with that, I'll have to end the episode here. Episode 12, fantastic. I absolutely love this episode. A really good semi-finale. But one other thing, I'm going to leave you guys going. However, I think I do have another anime review to do. I've seen Bocchi the Rock, and there is another band that happened in 2004 called Girls Band Cry, and a lot of praise was for that. And I think I need to watch that anime and see which one is the superior of the bunch. Personally, I think Bocchi the Rock is just superior based off the comedy and everything, even though this has a lot more of the character dynamics. Now, I know there's other band ones like K-On! From the old past, but if you're looking for the more modern rock, more modern music anime, which one is it? And you could argue that the girl rock bands, which is superior. So yeah, Bocchi really fun, although it is also censored. I'll give Girls Band Cry a shot and see what it's like. I think I tried listening a little bit to their music. I'll give it a shot. It is all 3D, which we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'll give it a shot and give it a proper review. But I'm not going to keep you any longer. Hopefully you have a wonderful day. Really do give this series a shot and give the episode. And with that, I'll see you guys next time.